on and off the dais for the historical opening ceremony of this combined court building. Our town Udagamandalam is the land of James FitzJames Stephen, who gave the immortal and time-tested adjective law of Indian Evidence Act to this great nation. And this noble land has the most unique and unmatchable distinction of periodical patronization by the Western scholars, and it is utmost pleasure and delight to welcome this august gathering. Now, I request the august gathering to rise for Tamil Thai Valthu.
I extend my warm welcome to the son of the soil, Honorable Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court of Madras, who praises function. Judge. Next, I am extremely honored to extend our warm welcome. Joining till this time, I extend welcome also Forest Officer, Field Director, and all other officers of the Department of the Nilgiri District through R. Saravana Kumar of this combined court building. I am delighted to welcome the presidents and office bearers of the Nilgiri District Bar Association and other bar associations from print and electronic media and the press to this function. The inauguration of this combined court building in the Nilgiri district is.
I request Mr. L. Gopinath to honor through SP Amrit IAS, District Collector of the Nilgiri district. I request Mr. KB Shankar to honor through Ashish Rawat IPS, Superintendent of Police, the Nilgiri district. I request Mr. Sivaji Devraj to honor the District Judge cum Chief Judicial Magistrate. I request Mr. Mani Kumar to honor Ms. Justice Narayanan Judge. Yes. I request Mr. R. Sendil Kumar, Past Secretary, Nilgiri District Bar Association, to honor through S. Raghupati, Honorable Minister of Law, Courts, Prisons and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu. I request Mrs. Subhashni, Treasurer, Nilgiri District Bar Association, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, Judge, High Court of Madras. Now honoring by Kunur Bar Association, dignitaries on the dais. I request Mr. P. Ramachandran, President Kunur Bar Association, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice Munishwar Bandari, Chief Justice, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. P. Sendil Kumar, Vice President Kunur Bar Association, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. S. Sendil Kumar, Secretary Kunur Bar Association, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Sesashai, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of Nilgiri District. I request Mrs. P. Pudumani, Treasurer Kunur Bar Association, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice N. Anandi, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of the Nilgiri District. I request Mrs. P. Nagadevi, Past Treasurer Kunur Bar Association, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, Judge, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. S. Babu, Government Pleader, Government Pleader of Nilgiris, to honor Thiru S. Raghupati, Honorable Minister of Law, Courts, Prisons and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu. I request Mr. K.J. Prabhu, Joint Secretary, Kunur Bar Association, to honor Thiru K. Ramachandran, Honorable Minister for Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu.
Now, I welcome Mr. A. Tavamani, Executive Engineer, Public Work Departments, Udagamandalam, to submit the project report.
அனைவருக்கும் எனது காலை வணக்கம். I express my sincere thanks to give an opportunity to present the project report for the inauguration of combined court building and its subsidiary buildings at Kakatop, Udagamandalam to the Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Madras, the Honorable Justices, High Court of Madras, the Honorable Minister for Law, Courts, Prisons and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu, the Honorable Minister for Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu, the Honorable District Judge, Chief Judicial Magistrate, Udagamandalam, the Nilgiri District, and the President, the Nilgiri District Bar Association, Udagamandalam. The existing old court building located behind Collectorate was constructed during the 1873. The old court building complex is not well suited for a modern court and has no provisions for accommodating all the judicial sections of court and parking arrangements. The suitable site has been selected in Kakatop area for construction of combined court buildings and its subsidiary buildings. The government have accorded administrative sanction for the construction of new combined court building at Kakatop area for an amount of rupees 28.726 crores via GOMS number 455 dated 22/5/2017. The work has been entrusted to the contracting firm Messrs. Sri Balaji Constructions on 15/5/2018 and now the main building works are completed. In addition to above, the revised administrative sanction has been accorded for rupees 37.79 crores against the original sanctioned amount of rupees 28.726 crores. The additional amount of rupees 9.064 crore is sanctioned for providing earth retaining wall, compound wall, road facilities, furniture fittings to the furniture arrangements to the court complex, external water supply arrangements, etc. Now I present the salient features of the combined court building and its subsidiary buildings. The total extent of the land allocated for this court complex is 2.9 acres. The newly constructed combined court building consists of 4 blocks, namely block 1, 2, 3 and 4. The total plinth area constructed is 9,920 square meter or 1,06,779 square feet. Accommodation details in block 1. This block construction with ground floor and first floor. This block consists of 4 court halls, each with the plinth area of 112.45 square meter or 1,210 square feet. The court hall portion is provided with attached judges chamber. Waiting lobby for public is provided adjacent to each court hall. The office portion consists of rooms to accommodate court officers, property room, record room, video conference room, etc. Other facilities such as e-service center post. With the above provisions, the newly constructed combined court building will cater the needs of honorable judges, advocates and public litigants. Thank you.
Bar is the mother of the bench. I welcome Mr. P. Chandra Bose, President, Nilgiri District Bar Association, Udagamandalam, to deliver a felicitation address.
செப்பமுடையவன் ஆக்கன் சிதைவின்றி எச்சத்திற்கே பாப்பு உடைத்து நடுநிலையாளர்களின் செயல்களும் அதனால் விளைந்த பயன்களும் அடுத்த தலைமுறையினருக்கும் சென்று சேரும் சிறப்பு வாய்ந்தது. Honorable our Chief Judge, High Court of Madras, His Lordship Munishwarnath Bhandari, our own former member of the bar, and the present Judge of the High Court of Madras, His Lordship N. Satish Kumar, Honorable Thiru Justice N. Sesasai, Portfolio Judge for the Nilgiri District, Honorable Srimati Justice N. Anandi, Portfolio Judge for the Nilgiri District, Honorable Srimati Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, High Court of Madras, Honorable Trace Raghupati, Minister for Law, Courts, Presence and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu, Honorable Thiru K. Ramachandran, Minister for Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu, Thiru Dr. P. Murugan, District and Session Judge of the Nilgiri District, S.T. Hamrit, District Collector of the Nilgiri, through Asis Rawat, Superintendent of Police, the Nilgiri District, Judicial Officers of the District, learned senior members of the bar, and lady junior members of the bar, the staff of the District Judiciary, and the people who have gathered herein in large numbers to grace the occasion. A warm welcome and very good morning to all of you. I stand here not only with a because of respect to all our honorable guests, on and off the dais, but with immense gratitude for gracing this memorable occasion. Many servers of a bar, like Mr. A.J. Gonsalves, Mr. Krishnappa, Mr. K. Ramakrishnan, Mr. S. Krishnamurthy Iyer, Mr. S. Ramachandran, Mr. T.C. Venkata Subramanian, Mr. N. Lingan, Mr. T.P. Nambiar, Mr. H.P. Devaraj, Mr. M.P. Sivaraj, were members of the bar, and most of them had occupied the office of the president of this
to take for the mission in a spirit way. And His Lordship, whose concerted effort makes the inauguration of this combined court building and subsidiary building in the Nilgiri districts. It is our privilege to have our Lordships as guests for today's inaugural function. I extend my warm welcome to our Honorable Portfolio Judge. Next, I am extremely honored to extend our warm welcome to our Honorable Portfolio Judge, Tirupati Justice S. Anandi, where I have appeared before her Lordships, but the Lordships were a district judiciary. When I was a lawyer, I extend my heartiest congratulations to our Lordships to participate in this August gathering. It is our privilege to have our Lordships as a guest for today's inaugural function. I extend my warm welcome to our Honorable Portfolio Judge also. Next, I also welcome the Honorable Minister of Law, Tourism and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu, Mr. S. Raghupati, and Honorable Minister for Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu, Mr. K. Ramachandran, who participated in this August gathering to celebrate this function. It is my pleasure to extend a cordial welcome to our Honorable Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, who is the daughter and soil of this district, to participate in this August gathering. Next, I extend my cordial welcome to the district administration, the district collector, Mr. S.P. Amrit, and the district superintendent of police, Mr. Ashish Rawat, who are extending good support from my joining till this time. I extend welcome also to the administration of the district. I also welcome the district revenue officer, forest officer, field director, and all other officers of the department of the Nilgiri districts, preferably executive, forest, and police. I also welcome the executive engineer, PWD, Mr. A. Davamani, and He has been taking forward the inaugural of this function and the completion of the building in short time. I also welcome the building contractor, Mrs. Balaji Construction Private Limited, E-Road, the managing director, through R. Saravanak Kumar of this combined court building. I am delighted to welcome the presidents and office bearers of the Nilgiri District Bar Association and the other bar association in the Taluk level of the district. I welcome my brother and sister judges who have extended their wholehearted cooperation in all the activities of the district judiciary. I also welcome all the staff members of our judiciary family of this district. I also extend a warm welcome to the representatives from print and electronic media and the press to this function. The inauguration of this combined court building in the Nilgiri district is the long felt need for the Udhagamandal district judiciary, advocates and the litigant public is going to be fulfilled. Last but not the least, I also extend a warm welcome to the public, litigant and all other present here. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Now it's the time to honor our dignitaries on the dais.
It gives us immense pleasure in honoring the dignitaries on and off the dais. I most respectfully request Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court of Madras, Honorable Thiru Justice N. Seshashayi, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of Nilgiri District, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice Munishwarnath Bandari, Chief Justice, High Court of Madras. I now request Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Madam, to honor our Honorable Chief Justice, Madam. I request Dr. P. Murugan, District Judge cum Chief Judicial Magistrate, Udhagamandal, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court of Madras. I now request Judge G. Narayanan, Sessions Judge Magli Needhamandram, Udhagamandal, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Seshashayi, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of Nilgiri District. I now request Judge R. Sridharan, Chairman, Permanent Lok Adalat, Family Court of Udhagamandal, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice N. Anandi, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of the Nilgiri District. And I kindly request Thiru C. Sridhar, Sub-Judge, Udhagamandal, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, Judge, High Court of Madras. I request Thiru S. Chandrasekharan, Sub-Judge Kunnur, to honor Thiru S. Raghupati, Honorable Minister of Law, Code, Prisons and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu. I now request Thiru A. Mohanakrishnan, District Munsif Udhagamandal, to honor Thiru K. Ramachandran, Honorable Minister of Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu. I now request Tirumati A. Vanita, District Munsif cum Judicial Magistrate, Kotagiri, to honor our District Judge D. Dr. P. Murugan, District Judge cum Judicial Magistrate, Udhagamandal. I request Thiru N. Tamilinian, Judicial Magistrate Udagamandalam, to honor Thiru SP Amrit IAS, District Collector, the Nilgiri District. I request Thiru K. Esaki Magesh Kumar, Judicial Magistrate Kunnur, to honor Thiru Ashish Rawat, IPS Superintendent of Police, the Nilgiris District. I request Thiru G. Raj Ganesh, District Munsif Kunnur, to honor Thiru G. Narayanan, Sessions Judge, Magli Neelibandram, Udagamandalam. I now request Thiru E. Pragasam, Additional District Munsif Gudalur, to honor Thiru P. Chandrabose, President, Nilgiri District Bar Association. I request Thiru R. Abdul Salam, Judicial Magistrate, Fast Track Court at Magisterial Level, Kunnur, to honor Thiru M. Tavamani, Executive Engineer, PWD, Udagamandalam. I now request Thiru D. Shivakumar, Judicial Magistrate, Pandalur, to honor contractor MS Balaji Constructions, Mr. Saravana Kumar. Now moving on to the Nilgiri District Bar Association honors to the dignitaries on and off the dais. I most respectfully request Mr. P. Chandrabose, President, Nilgiri District Bar Association, along with Mr. Balanand Kumar, to present shawl and memento to Honorable Justice Thiru Munishwarnath Bandari, Chief Justice, High Court of Madras. I now request Mr. R. Nanjundan, Advocate and former GP, along with Mr. G. Anandan, Public Prosecutor, I now request Mr. R. Nanjundan, Advocate and former GP, along with Mr. G. Anandan, Public Prosecutor, to present shawl and memento to Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court of Madras. I now request Mr. N. Krishnamurthy, Advocate and former PP and GP, along with Mr. P. Sendar Kumar, Special Public Prosecutor for Mahila Court, in order to honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Seshashayi, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of the Nilgiri District. I now request Mr. K.R. Mani, Advocate, along with Mr. S. Babu, Government Pleader, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice N. Anandi, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of the Nilgiri District. I now request Mr. P. Rangaswamy, Advocate, along with Mr. C. Sasikumar, Government Pleader, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, Judge, High Court of Madras. I now request Mr. Patel T. Srinivas, Advocate, Mr. K. Vijayan, Advocate, to honor Thiru S. Raghupati, Honorable Minister of Law, Courts, Prison and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu. I now request Mr. Narayanakutti, Advocate, Past President, NDBA, along with Mr. P. Kuilarsan, Advocate, to honor Thiru K. Ramachandran, Honorable Minister for Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu. I now request Mr. D. Jayaraman and Mr. H. Bhimraj, Advocate, Secretary NDBA, to honor Dr. P. Murugan, District Judge cum Chief Judicial Magistrate, the District, Nilgiri District of Tamil Nadu. I request Mr. R. Prakash Babu, Past President, Nilgiri District Bar Association, along with Mr. S. Suresh Kumar, Past Secretary, NDBA, in order to honor through SP Amrit IAS, District Collector of the Nilgiri District. I now request Mr. Sudhakar, Past President, Nilgiri District Bar Association, along with Mr. R. Dinesh, Past President, to honor through Ashish Rawat, IPS, Superintendent of Police, the Nilgiri District. I request Mr. K. Anandakrishnan, Advocate and former Public Prosecutor, along with Mr. Pon Ramachandran, Advocate, to honor Thiru A. Davamani, Executive Engineer, PWT Buildings, Division, Udagamandalam. I request Mr. T.S. Mohammed, Special Public Prosecutor for Human Rights and SC and ST, along with Mr. B. Shivakumar Margal, Advocate, to honor through G. Narayanan, Sessions Judge, Fast Track, Mahila Court, Udagamandalam. I now request, I most humbly request Honorable Justice N. Satish Kumar, High Court, Judge, High Court of Madras, to honor through P. Chandra Bose, President, Nilgiri District Bar Association. I now request Mr. M. Thiruvidavani, ex-Dravidamani, ex-MLA, to honor Mr. P. Chandra Bose, President, Nilgiri District Bar Association. I now request Mrs. Reshma, Joint Secretary NTBA, to honor Mrs. Madam CJ with a shawl. And I request Mrs. Malini Prabhakaran, ex-Special Public Prosecutor, to honor Mrs. Madam CJ along with a memento. I now request Mrs. Revati, Advocate, along with Mrs. Nirmala Selvi, Advocate, to honor Mrs. Madam Justice N. Satish Kumar. I now request Mr. S. Arun Kumar, along with Mrs. Menaka, in order to honor Mr. Ganeshan, BLLP MLA, Udagamandalam constituency. I request Mr. H. Rajesh, past President, Nilgiri District Bar Association, along with Mr. Muniratnam, Advocate, to honor Mr. Pun Jayseelan, BACBL MLA, Goodwill constituency. I request Mr. J. N. Jayakumar, Advocate, along with Mr. S. K. Selvaraj, Additional Public Prosecutor, Government Leader, to honor Mr. Sridharan, Chairman, Permanent Lok Adalat. I request Mr. J. N. Jayakumar, Advocate, along with Mr. S. K. Selvaraj.
இதே சாக்லேட் ஃப்ரெண்டுகிட்ட கொடுத்தேன். சாக்லேட்டு ஃப்ரெண்டுகிட்ட கொடுத்துருக்கேன். கொரியர் ஆஃபீஸில் இப்போ கொடுத்தா எனக்கு மோமெண்ட் இன்னும் ப்ராப்பராக வரணும். நான் பண்ண முடியா?
I now request the Honor by Goodloe Bar Association for the dignitaries on the dais. I request Mr. Zainul Habib, President Goodloe Bar Association, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice Munishwarnath Bandari, Chief Justice, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. P. Parasuraman, Vice President, Goodloe Bar Association, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. Parasuraman, Vice President, Goodloe Bar Association, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. Ramesh Kumar, Secretary, Goodloe Bar Association, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Sesishai, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of Nilgiri District. I request Mrs. Danya, Advocate, Goodloe Bar Association, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice N. Anandi, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of the Nilgiri District. I request Mr. R. Ganeshan, Joint Secretary, Goodloe Bar Association, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, Judge, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. P. Murugan, Additional PP cum GP, to honor Thiru S. Raghupati, Honorable Minister of Law, Courts and Prisons and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu. I request Mr. Sukumaran, Past President, Goodloe Bar Association, to honor Thiru K. Ramachandran, Honorable Minister for Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu. Now honoring by the Kotagiri Bar Association on the dais. I request Honorable Thiru Justice. I request Mr. Balasubramani, President, Kotagiri Bar Association, to honor Honorable Thiru Justice Munishwarnath Bandari, Chief Justice, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. T.E. Uday Kumar, Kotagiri Bar Association, to kindly honor Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. J. Sivakumar, Kotagiri Bar Association, to Honorable Thiru Justice N. Sesishai, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of the Nilgiri District. I request Ms. Tirumati A. Kavita, Kotagiri Bar Association, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice N. Anandi, Judge, High Court of Madras, Portfolio Judge of the Nilgiri District. I request Mr. Radha Krishnan, Advocate, Kotagiri Bar Association, to honor Honorable Tirumati Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, Judge, High Court of Madras. I request Mr. T.K. Madhan, Advocate, Kotagiri Bar Association, to honor Thiru S. Raghupati, Honorable Minister of Law, Courts, Prisons and Prevention and Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu.
ஒரு மிகச்சிறந்த இடத்தை நாம் பெற வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக என்னால் இந்த பொறுப்பு உள்ள வரை மிக நிச்சயமாக பாடுபடுவேன் என இந்த நேரத்தில் கூறிக்கொள்கிறேன். இந்த இவைகளெல்லாம் கொண்டு வருவதற்கு நம்ம நீதித்துறை அமைச்சர்களையும் அமைச்சர்கள் மூலமாக முதலமைச்சரிடத்தில் எடுத்து சென்று நாங்கள் இருவரும் அவரிடம் சென்று சொல்லி நீலகிரி மாவட்டம் எப்போதும் மழைக்காலங்களில் நாம் இங்கே இன்றைக்கி கூட போயிட்டு வந்தோம். அந்த இடத்துல அந்த மேடை போட்டு இந்த பாதை அமைக்கலன்னு சொன்னால் இன்றைக்கி இந்த கட்டடத்துக்குள்ளே போகிறதுக்கே கஷ்டம், அந்த அளவுக்கு மோசமாக இருக்குது. அதெல்லாம் சரி செஞ்சு அது இன்றைக்கி ஒரு மிகச்சிறந்த இடமாக மாற்றப்பட்டுள்ளது. அதே போல் இன்றைக்கி குந்தாகரில் கூட எனக்கு அவர் மாண்புமிகு சேஷாய் சார் அவர்கள் சொன்னது, உடனடியாக அங்கே எடுத்து வருவதற்கு அங்கே மின்துறை வாரியாக 2 கட்டடங்கள் காலியாக உள்ளது. அந்த கட்டிடத்தை பெற்றுக் கொடுத்தால் உடனடியாக நாங்கள் திறப்பதற்கு நீதிமன்றம் திறப்பதற்கு உரிய நடவடிக்கைகள் எடுப்போம் என்று கூறினார்கள். அது குறித்து அந்த துறை அமைச்சரிடத்தில் பேசி உடனடியாக 2 நாளிலே அதை நீங்கள் எடுத்துக்கொள்ளலாம் என்று அந்த சொன்ன காரணத்தினால் அங்கும் கண்டிப்பாக அந்த இடத்தில் நீதிமன்ற வளம் வரப்போகிறது. அதே குன்னூரில் இப்போ இடம் பார்த்திருக்கிறார்கள். நமக்கு சிஞ்சாக்கு மேலே அதுங்க ஒரு வசதியான இடம். அந்த இடத்தையும் நிச்சயமாக விரைவில் பெற்று தந்து அந்த இடத்திலும் அந்த நீதிமன்ற கட்டிடம் கட்டுவதற்கு உரிய நடவடிக்கைகள் மேற்கொள்ளப்படும் என்று கூறி தொடர்ந்து இந்த நிரந்தர நீதிமன்ற கட்டிடங்கள் அமைவதற்கு மாண்புமிகு தமிழக முதல்வர்கள் பலவற்றில் அந்த உத்தரவை பெற்று இன்று மிக நிச்சயமாக இந்த நீதிமன்ற பொறுத்தவரையில் நீலகிரி மாவட்டத்தில் ஒரு நிலச்சிறந்த ஒரு நிர்வாகத்திற்கு தேவையான கட்டிடங்களையும் உங்களுக்கு தேவையான அனைத்து வசதிகளும் பெற்றுத் தருவோம் என்று உறுதி கூறி சிறப்பான வாய்ப்பினை பெற்றுத்தந்தமைக்கு நான் நன்றி கூறி விடைபெற்றுக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி.
அரசும் நீதித்துறையும் மானுட சமூகத்தின் நலனுக்கான 2 சக்கரங்கள், ஒன்றுபட்டு செயல்படுவோம் என உறுதி சொல்லியதற்கு நன்றி ஐயா. I welcome Honorable Thiru Raghupathy, Honorable Minister of Law, Courts, Prison and Prevention of Corruption to deliver special address.
இரு சதம் கண்டிருக்கின்ற நீலகிரி மாவட்டத்தினுடைய வரலாற்றிலே ஒரு முத்தாய்ப்பு வைக்கின்ற மைல்கல்லாக இன்றைய தினம் ஒருங்கிணைந்த நீதிமன்ற வளாகத்தின் திறப்பு விழா நிகழ்ச்சி சிறப்பாக நடைபெற்று அதை திறந்து வைத்து சிறப்புரையாற்ற இருக்கின்ற நம்முடைய சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்தினுடைய தலைமை நீதியரசர் மரியாதைக்குரிய முனீஸ்வரநாத் பண்டாரி அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே சிறப்பாக பங்கேற்றிருக்கின்ற இந்த மண்ணினுடைய மைந்தர் மரியாதைக்குரிய நீதியரசர் சதீஷ்குமார் அவர்களே, மரியாதைக்குரிய இந்த மாவட்டத்தினுடைய பொறுப்பு நீதியரசர் திரு என் சேஷசாயி அவர்களே, இந்த மாவட்டத்தினுடைய பொறுப்பு நீதியரசர் மரியாதைக்குரிய திருமதி ஜஸ்டிஸ் ஆனந்தி அவர்களே, இந்த மண்ணினுடைய மருமகளும் டெல்டா மாவட்டத்தின் மகளுமான மரியாதைக்குரிய உயர்நீதிமன்றத்துடைய நீதியரசர் திருமதி பவானி சுப்பராயன் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே நீலகிரி மாவட்டத்தினுடைய வளர்ச்சிக்காக நான் என்றைக்கும் உறுதுணையாக இருப்பேன். என்னால் இயன்ற பணிகளை நீதிமன்றத்தினுடைய வளர்ச்சிக்காக, நீதித்துறையினுடைய வளர்ச்சிக்காக உறுதுணையாக இருப்பேன் என்று சொல்லி அமர்ந்திருக்கின்ற நம்முடைய மரியாதைக்குரிய வனத்துறை அமைச்சர் மாண்புமிகு ராமச்சந்திரன் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே பங்கேற்று சிறப்பித்திருக்கின்ற நம்முடைய மரியாதைக்குரிய மாவட்ட ஆட்சித்தலைவர் திரு அம்பரித் அவர்களே, மாவட்ட காவல்துறை கண்காணிப்பாளர் திரு ஆஷிஷ் ராவத் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கலந்திருக்கிற நீலகிரி பார் அசோசியேஷனுடைய தலைவர் திரு சந்திரபோஸ் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே பங்கேற்று சிறப்பித்திருக்கின்ற நீலகிரி மாவட்டத்தினுடைய நீதி அரசர்களே, வழக்கறிஞர் சங்கத்தினுடைய நண்பர்களே, அரசு வழக்கறிஞர்களே, நம்முடைய கூடலூர், குன்னூர், கோத்தகிரி வழக்கறிஞர் சங்கத்தினுடைய நிர்வாகிகளே, சக வழக்கறிஞர் நண்பர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் முதலில் என்னுடைய நன்றியையும் வணக்கத்தையும் வாழ்த்துக்களையும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். மலைகளின் அரசி என்று போற்றப்படுகிற நம்முடைய நீலகிரி உதகமண்டலத்தினுடைய வரலாற்றிலே ஊட்டியிலே உருவாக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிற இந்த ஒருங்கிணைந்த நீதிமன்ற கட்டிடம் என்பது இந்த பகுதி மக்களுடைய நீண்ட நாளைய எதிர்பார்ப்பாகும். அந்த நீண்ட நாளைய எதிர்பார்ப்பு இன்றைய தினம் அத்தனை பேருடைய வாழ்த்துக்களோடு இன்றைக்கு நிறைவேற்றப்பட்டிருக்கிறது என்று சொன்னால், நீதித்துறையிலே அக்கறையுள்ள ஒரு அரசு இன்றைக்கு தமிழகத்திலே அமைந்திருக்கிறது. நீதித்துறையோடு இணைந்து செயல்பட்டு நீதியை காப்பதிலே நீதித்துறைக்கு உறுதுணையாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்கின்ற உன்னத லட்சியத்தோடு செயலாற்றுகிற ஒரு முதலமைச்சரை நாம் தமிழகம் பெற்றிருக்கிறோம் என்பதை இங்கே நாங்கள் மகிழ்ச்சியோடு தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கின்றோம். ஏனென்று சொன்னால் எந்த கோரிக்கையை நம்முடைய நீதியரசர்கள் நீதித்துறையின் மூலமாக வைத்தாலும் அவற்றை நிறைவேற்றி தர வேண்டும் என்கின்ற லட்சியத்தோடு இருக்கக்கூடியவர் தான் நம்முடைய மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள். எனவேதான் சென்னையிலே கூட பார்த்தீர்களேயானால் நம்முடைய ராஜீவ்காந்தி மருத்துவமனைக்கு இப்போ தலைமை மருத்துவமனைக்கு அருகிலே இருக்கக்கூடிய மிக விலை உயர்ந்த நிலம் என்று சொல்லப்படுகிற அந்த நிலப்பகுதியிலே இன்றைக்கு ஏறக்குறைய 4 ஏக்கர் தந்து மொத்தமாக ஒரு 7.5 ஏக்கர் நம்முடைய சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்தினுடைய பல்வேறு நீதிமன்றங்கள் அதற்குள்ளே இருக்கின்றன. அவை அனைத்தும் வெளியே கொண்டு வந்து அந்த இடத்திலே புதிதாக அனைத்து நீதிமன்றங்களும் கட்டப்பட்டு சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்றமாக விளங்க வேண்டும் என்கின்ற நம்முடைய மாண்புமிகு தலைமை நீதியரசருடைய விருப்பத்தை நிறைவேற்றுகின்ற அரசாக மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சருடைய அரசு இருக்கிறது என்பதை நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். எனவேதான் நான் இதை சொன்னேன். இன்றைக்கு எங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் சமூக நீதி காக்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்பதிலே யாருக்கும் எந்த விதமான மறுப்பு எதுவும் இருக்க முடியாது. பெண்களுக்கு சமநீதி வேண்டும். அதுதான் 1989ஆம் ஆண்டிலே மாண்புமிகு தலைவர் கலைஞர் அவர்கள் தமிழகத்துடைய முதலமைச்சராக இருந்த பொழுது பெண்களுக்கு சொத்திலே சம உரிமை என்கின்ற அந்த சட்டத்தை கொண்டு வந்து பின்பு 14-15 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு பிறகு அது மத்திய அரசால் ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்டு இன்றைக்கு அகில இந்திய ரீதியிலே பெண்களுக்கு சமம் என்கின்ற சொத்துரிமை தந்திருக்கிற ஒரு முன்னேற்பாடை முன்னோக்கத்தோடு செய்திருக்கின்ற ஒரு அரசாங்கம் தான் இன்றைக்கு தமிழகத்திலே செயல்பட்டு கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. ஆணுக்கு பெண் சரிநகர் சமம் என்கின்ற பாரதியினுடைய கனவை பூர்த்தி செய்த அரசாக இன்றைய தமிழக அரசு விளங்கி கொண்டிருக்கிறது என்பதையும் நான் இங்கே சொல்லிக்கொள்ள கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கின்றேன். எனவே நம்முடைய நீதித்துறையை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இன்றைக்கு என்னென்ன அவர்களுடைய இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய பல்வேறு நிகழ்ச்சிகள் மூலமாக அவர்கள் தெரிவிக்கின்ற கருத்துக்கள் அதனை உடனடியாக முதலமைச்சருக்கு தெரிவித்து அதன் மூலமாக அவற்றை தீர்த்து வைப்பதுதான் எங்களுடைய முக்கியமான பணியாக அமைந்திருக்கிறது. அதை நாங்கள் செய்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். நீதித்துறைக்கும் அரசுக்கும் பாலமாக சட்டத்துறை இருக்க வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சருடைய விருப்பம். அதை இன்றைக்கு நாங்கள் செய்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். எனவே இன்றைக்கு நீதித்துறை இன்றைக்கு தமிழகத்திலே செம்மையாக செயல்பட்டால்தான் சட்டம் ஒழுங்கு பரிமாறிக்கப்படும் என்பதிலே நம்முடைய மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சருக்கு முழு நம்பிக்கை உண்டு. எனவே சட்டம் ஒழுங்கு பராமரிப்பதிலே அரசு எந்த அளவுக்கு அக்கறை எடுத்துக்கொண்டு செயல்படுகிறதோ அதே அளவுக்கு நீதித்துறையும் செயல்பட்டால்தான் முடியும் என்கிற காரணத்தாலே நீதித்துறையினுடைய செயல்பாடுகள் அதிகமாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக அதிகமான நீதிமன்றங்கள் உருவாவதற்கு இந்த அரசு உறுதுணையாக இருக்கிறது என்பதையும் இந்த நேரத்தில் தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு இங்கே இன்றைக்கு திறக்கப்பட்டிருக்கின்றது இந்த நீதிமன்றங்களுக்கு தவிர கூடுதலாக சிலவற்றை எல்லாம் சொல்லியிருக்கிறார்கள். அவற்றை நம்முடைய மாண்புமிகு வனத்துறை அமைச்சர் அவர்கள் உரிய நம்முடைய மின்துறை அமைச்சருடைய கவனத்துக்கு கொண்டு சென்று அந்த இடத்தையும் பெற்றுத் தருவதற்கான ஏற்பாடை செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார். நிச்சயமாக இந்த ஆட்சியிலே நீதித்துறை கேட்பதெல்லாம் கிடைக்கும் என்பதை நான் சொல்லி வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி கூறி விடைபெற்றுக் கொள்கின்றேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Various bar associations in Nilgiri districts, officers of PWD, advocates, staff, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all. I am highly privileged and honored to have been given this opportunity to address everyone on this very special occasion of inauguration of Combined Court building. I first thank our Honorable Chief Justice to give consent for this special occasion in his busy schedule. I also thank our brother judges to speed up the inauguration of Combined Court building. The Nilgiri district is blessed, rich by nature and with resources. The climate is also very enjoyable. I have a sweet memory with this court of Ooty. My father, Thiru V. Subramanian, was working as subordinate judge in 1970 when I was 10 years old. He got an award of 3,000 rupees as first prize in Best Tamil Judgment in the place of Ooty, 1969. Who inspired me to become judge. I am very privileged because this is soil of my father as subject. I am with mixed feelings. That's what I am. As portfolio judge of Ooty, I should thank God to give to this opportunity for sharing the unforgettable event. It should be always borne in mind the judicial system is committed to cause of achieving constant growth to have an orderly society and good governance in a democratic setup by implementing noble and landable objects of Constitution of India. In this context, bar and bench are two wheels of the judicial chariot. The bar should make admirable contribution for development of the legal system in the country. The inauguration dedication of combined court building will help the members of the bench and bar to disperse justice to litigants in the better court environment. It shall be our collective endeavour to provide them justice speedy and less burdensome. I expect all judicial officers in this Nilgiris district to deliver their best for betterment of judiciary and society as well. You people are blessed for being Brother Justice N. Satish Kumar, a son of soil. He can do anything for the betterment of your district. I also thank as portfolio the government to extend their hands for the improvement of infrastructure. I conclude my speech with the words of William Faulkner. Never be afraid to raise your voice for honesty and truth and compassion against injustice and lying and greed. If people all over the world would do this, it would change the earth. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord, for this wonderful speech. His Lordship, Thiru Justice Sheshashayi, hails from God-blessed land of Kanyakumari district, which was part of erstwhile Travancore princely state. My lord, every brick of this posh and palatial building would speak about your Lordship's hard work and dedication. In fact, your Lordship burnt midnight oil and left no stones unturned, and on occasion chose to strip out the crease to create this monumental building. As protagonist of justice and antagonist of injustice, its Lordship left imperishable imprint in the history of judiciary and also ever perpetually remain in the hearts of Hill district. I respectfully welcome Honorable Lordship Thiru Justice Sheshashayi to deliver a special address.
Love to all. My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, my brother Justice N. Satish Kumar, son of soil, my associate portfolio judge, Mrs. Justice Anandi, Sister Justice Bhavani Subbarayam, Honorable Minister of Law, Thiru S. Raghupati, Honorable Minister of Forest, Mr. K. Ramachandran, Presidents and Office Bearers of various bar associations, the district administration, the SP, the collector and his team, and the PWD officials. Why miss the contractor? He has done a good job. So the contractor or anybody representing him. I'm excited. In a way, I'm speechless. A dream for which a seed was sown about a quarter of a century ago has fructified today. Why the delay? I'm not getting into that. Possibly it is the design of the divinity that this court building must be dedicated by our Chief Justice in the bicentenary year of Nilgiris. I'm just reminded of analogically, Akalya suffered a curse and became a stone. This is a Ramayana story. Any number of persons would have come and gone, but the stone waited for Ram, for Akalya to re-emerge from that. Maybe yes, I consider that. But then, beyond the structure is not just as the superintendent of police has mentioned, is not just an edifice. It is symbol of our constitutional commitment to its citizens. It is not. It is a mixture of law, logic, and a lot of emotions. Litigants come here not with law alone. They come with a lot of emotions. And we, the judiciary, and the bar included when I say that, are doctors of bleeding rights, and it is our responsibility to ensure that the citizens, those citizens who approach the legal system with bleeding rights are cured fast. Therefore, for me, it is a moment for us to rededicate ourselves to the cause of the citizens of this Nilgiris district. After all, it is their bicentenary year. What more can we assure them of in this bicentenary year? And please, my only appeal to the members of the bar and also my friends in the district judiciary is that please realize this is our moment in the history of the nation. What best can we do? This should be the driving force behind us. Well, the great men have walked on the planet or walked on the streets of Nilgiris. They have all contributed what they could contribute in their moment in the history. But this is our moment. Can we seize this moment and give something back to the society that gave it all? Thank you.
Thank you, my lord. Agalya was waiting for Rama. Since Nilgiri, this Queen Nilgiri also waiting till this day for this wonderful day and the presence of her lordship. Being the son of the soil, his lordship, Thiru Justice Satish Kumar, requires no introduction. My lord, if anyone proceeds to inscribe your achievements, even the Great Wall of China would be insufficient. In fact, the craft that his lordship cultivated in lifetime has been imparted in the Judicial Academy, has been duly inherited and further refined by several judges of the state adorning the subordinate judiciary. His lordship remains a beacon hope and a guardian angel for the members of subordinate judiciary who learned in fact the grammar and idiom of judgeship only from his lordship. In Greek history, we have studied about Platonian Academy where Aristotle has studied 20 years. Likewise, in the State Judicial Academy, within a matter of few months, his lordship taught not from the book but from his heart. My lord, from your brilliant lecturers, we in fact not learned something, but we became something. My lord, your invaluable contribution for realizing this historical combined court building in the Nilgiris district would go down in the history. I take great pleasure to respectfully welcome our Honorable Thiru Justice Satish Kumar, Judge, High Court Madras, to deliver a keynote address.
Thank you for wonderful campaign and encomium. Good afternoon, Honorable Chief Justice through Munishparnath Bandari and Brother Justice through N. Seshashayi, Sister Justice Srimati S. Ananthi, portfolio judges of the Nilgiris, and Sister Judge Bhavani Subrahyan, the Minister for Law and Courts and Prisons through S. Rakupati and through K. Ramachandran, Honorable Minister for the Environment and Forest Department, District Judge Dr. P. Murugan, District Collector Amit, Superintendent of Police, Chandrapod, the President of Nilgiri Bar Association, Mr. Ganeshan, Member of Legislative Assembly, and Pun Jaisalan, Member of Assembly, all the dignitaries on the dais, and the senior members of the bar, sister members of the bar, president and secretary of the various bar association, right from Kunnu, Kotagiri, Gudalur, and members of my dear friends in the bar. At the outset, I express my heartfelt thanks to my brother, Mr. N. Seshai, for his tireless efforts to see that the building is completed in a time under the guidance of the Chief Justice. Seshai, after took charge of the Nilgiris as a portfolio judge, has involved himself in the process of identifying the various lands, not only for the Uti and Kotagiri and Kunnu and Gudalur. He went up to the Pandalur, I believe, and Gudalur and even Kunda. He has done a wonderful job. We know our constraint. Even you have a role in a portfolio district. It's very difficult for the portfolio judge to leave the judicial work and come and sit here and monitor the work. It has been done by the Seshai. I appreciate our brother judge at this occasion. At the outset, I congratulate the members of the Bar Association and the general public of Nilgiris for getting a wonderful court campus with infrastructure provided by the government of Tamil Nadu for the proper administration of justice. Though the few courts were functioning in the district, due to the increase of the litigation of the various enactments, several courts were constituted. The present premises where the courts are functioning have become so cramped, which caused much inconvenience to the lawyer community and the litigants. Therefore, to have a full-fledged court complex at the instance of the High Court, the government has provided infrastructure for housing almost all the courts. So once again, I congratulate all the lawyers community and the general public for having a better infrastructure only for the cause for the purpose of administration of justice. At this stage, with the permission of the Chief, I also trace about the history of the dispensation of justice in the hill station. The dispensation of the justice in hill station traces beyond 1800. The Nilgiri Plateau, though came into the possession of East India Company in 1799, was apparently not visited by an Englishman until 1812, and certainly contained no European residents until 1819, as per the Madras District Gazettees. Until the advent of the British, there appears to have been no police in the district. In most of the districts, the crime was kept under check by the well-known Kaval system, under which the Kavalgas, namely the watchmen, were appointed to each village or group of villages, were controlled by head watchmen. That system never to have prevailed in Nilgiris, where indeed until the settlement of British, there were no regular village establishment at all. Only the village manigas, we call it as a manigas, the headmen, collecting the revenue chief, were held in their duty to control their crime. Due to immigrant population, as early as 1828, a small body of military police seems to have established Ottagamen under the orders of the military commandant. In 1847, these men were under the immediate orders of the Tahsildar, subject to the general control of the military joint magistrate. In 1859, the post of the commandant was abolished, and the military police were eventually placed under the orders of the civil authorities in accordance with the Police Act 24 of that year. Therefore, up to 1855, the joint magistrate who was always a military man, was holding powers of district municipal first class. In the same year, the principal Sadar Amin Courts was established at Otagamet. In the same year, an act was passed empowering the judge of Coimbatore to hold the criminal sessions on the hills. In 1859, the post of commandant was at length altogether abolished and the joint magistrate continuing and the military police of Otagamet were placed under the civil authorities. In 1858, the principal Sadi Amin was replaced by subordinate judge and the part of the Nilgiris was put under this jurisdiction. In May 1860, these areas were annexed to the Coimbatore district for revenue purpose. In 1863, a special civil and sessions judge for Nilgiris was appointed. He, however, had almost nothing to do, and in 1868, the post was abolished by an act which separated the Nilgiris altogether from Coimbatore and placed it under the commissioner and assistant commissioner who had combined revenue, criminal and civil jurisdiction. The commissioner became a collector, civil and sessions judge, and the principal civil and sessions judge, and principal senior and assistant commissioner became assistant collector, district munsif and district magistrate. The latter officer was aided in his magisterial work by joint magistrate of Otagamet for Wellington and Kunnu. Both of these were military men and full magisterial powers and were assigned a definite territorial jurisdiction. And the former presided regularly at the sittings at Otagamet bench and later occasionally at the Kotagiri bench. So there was a Kotagiri bench. Magistrate was sitting at Kotagiri. The latter in addition was cantonment magistrate of Wellington and a small caste powers. In 1882, for purpose of civil and criminal justice, the district was put under the judge of Coimbatore. The collector was made an additional sessions judge and subordinate judge, who had also the powers of the first class magistrate and a small caste court. Was appointed to the Otagamet. The office of the joint magistrate of Otagamet was abolished. The similar post at Wellington had been done away with shortly before. When the appointment of joint magistrate was abolished, subordinate judge who was invested with the powers of magistrate of the first class was substituted for it. Till 1887, the court was functioning in the district forest office. Thereafter moved to the old Briggs Memorial School premises, which are the buildings where the courts are still functioning. Thereafter, you all know that separate district court came into existence in the year 1984. The crime in the hill station was very light, except some grave crime of 58 Kurumbas were massacred between 1824, 1835, 1875, 1882, 1891 and 1900 by the other hill communities. The massacre of Kurumbas were due to their supposed power of black magic, which have occurred from time to time. Except such a crime, only petty offences like stealing a pulp coffee on the way down to curing works in the hills were prevalent. The above few instances indicate how the justice delivery system prevailed in this hill station. After the constitution of the mini courts to tackle the various types of cases, the government has provided infrastructure in this place to accommodate all the courts in the capital of Nilgiris. The legal fraternity has to utilize this infrastructure provided by the state and the facilities extended by the High Court for the cause of justice. The lawyer community must involve themselves to be a proactive, particularly to preserving this place. But for the High Court intervention, the Nilgiris would not have got medical college. You know that the medical college is supposed to be allotted to some other district. One of the senior judge, Justice Kirpagaran, he took it as suo motu. He passed some orders. Then immediately the government has sanctioned the medical college. So the lawyers should show that they should involve themselves, they should be proactive to bring welfare measures to this hill station. I request earnestly appeal all the members of the bar to utilize this opportunity and the facilities provided by the High Court and government to proper administration of justice, and also they see that all the tribes, particularly the many tribes, all the tribes are get their equal rights as guaranteed under the Constitution. It's a duty of the every lawyers to see that rights guaranteed to the tribals are really achieved. Thank you. Once again, I congratulate the Bar Association, particularly the President and Vice President and other office members and the members for organizing the wonderful function here, the inaugural function. At this occasion, I also, on behalf of you, I thank our Chief Justice for consented to be present, kindly consented to be with us for this great occasion. Thank you once again.
Thank you, my lord, for wonderful speech about the uniqueness and history of Ooty, and also for acknowledging the efforts taken by the bar and the judicial officers, and also enlightening everyone regarding the dispensation of judges. Thank you, my lord.
With great effort and careless, the Nilgiri District Bar Association is proudly announcing that the release of souvenir for the Combined Court Complex opening with the souvenir editorial team, Chief Editor Senior Advocate Mr. Nanjandan, Co-Editors Advocate Mr. K. Vijayan, Advocate Mr. Balananda Kumar, Sub-Editors Advocate Mr. P. Chandra Bose, Advocate Mrs. Indirani Radhakrishnan, and Advocate Mr. M. Muniratnam are handing over the souvenir to the Honorable Thiru Justice Munishwarnath Bandari, High Court of Madras. The souvenir is about to be received. It's about to be released by Honorable Thiru Justice Munishwarnath Bandari, Chief Justice High Court of Madras, and I request Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge High Court of Madras, to receive the souvenir. On behalf of the District Administration, Mrs. Kirti Priyadashini, District Revenue Officer Nilgiris, is called upon to hand over the Ooty Bicentenary Souvenir, a tribute to John Sullivan, 200 Years of Ooty, compiled by Honorable Thiru A. Raja, MP Nilgiris of Constituency, on behalf of Government of Tamil Nadu, to all the dignitaries on the stage.
As a matter of fact, this Nilgiris district was born only in the month of June in the year 1868, bifurcated from the Coimbatore district, and it is a coincidence in the same month His Lordship Chief Justice is before us to inaugurate and dedicate this historical combined court building. His Lordship hails from the resplendent state of Rajasthan, originally known as Rajputna, that is the abode of Rajas, that the kings and queens exhibited unparalleled bravery and valiance, lived with honor, and sacrificed their lives for the pride of the land. My lord, Rajasthan is termed as abode of Rajas. This place, Ooty, is Queen of Hills, uniquely coincides with the ceremony, which is a great privilege for us and remembered for creating a page in the history of this district for this epic accomplishment. I have great pleasure in inviting His Lordship Chief Justice High Court of Madras to unveil the historical combined court building in golden hands. Bar and bench are the two wheels of judiciary. To make their love and respect towards judiciary, Nilgiris District Bar Association proudly presents the memento to all the judicial officers of Nilgiris District. Now I most humbly request our Honorable Chief Justice and Honorable Judges to present the memento to judicial officers.
Dr. P. Murugan, District Judge cum Chief Judicial Magistrate, Udugamandalam. Now I call upon Thiru G. Narayanan, Sessions Judge, Magli Needimandram, Udugamandalam. I call upon Thiru R. Sridharan, Chairman Permanent Lok Adalat, Udugamandalam. I call upon Thiru C. Sridhar, Sub-Judge, Udugamandalam. I call upon Thiru S. Chandrasekharan, Sub-Judge, Kunnur. I call upon Thiru A. Mohanakrishnan, District Munsif, Udugamandalam. I call upon Tirumati A. Vanita, District Munsif cum Judicial Magistrate, Kotagiri. I call upon Thiru N. Kamilini, Judicial Magistrate, Udugamandalam. I call upon Thiru K. Esaki Magesh Kumar, Judicial Magistrate, Kunnur. I call upon Thiru G. Raj Ganesh, District Munsif, Kunnur. I call upon Thiru Sasim Kumar, PDM, Gurulu. I call upon Thiru E. Prakasam, Additional District Municip Gudalur. I call upon Thiru R. Abdul Salam, Judicial Magistrate, Fast Track Court at Magistrate Level, Kuno. I call upon Thiru D. Shivakumar, Judicial Magistrate, Pandalur. I now kindly request the Tribal Committee on behalf of Nilgiri District to honor the dignitaries on the dais.
On behalf of the particularly vulnerable tribal group of Nilgiris, Honorable Chief Justice of the PVTG Council Secretary, Mr. Venkat Toda Association, Honorary Chief Justice, Toda Shah, Mr. Satyaraj, Toda Association Secretary and PVTG Council member, presenting a Kurumba natural painting to the Chief Justice, Honorable Chief Justice. Myself, Alvas, PVTG Council Chairman, honoring the Portfolio Judge, Mr. Shershai, Honorable Sir. Mr. Naresh Kutan, Cooperative President and Tribal Association, presenting Madam Honorable Judge Anandi Madam. Tuadavada Guptan, member of the PVTG Council, presenting memento to our district portfolio judge, Mr. Satish Kumar. Sandaudi Sahil, Madam, Honorable Bhavani Madam, honoring with the memento, Kurumba painting from the Kotagiri Hills. And our Mr. Pandush, District Chairman and Tribal Council, honoring our Law Minister. Mr. Ravi, PVTG Council member, honoring our Minister, Forest Minister. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. As Satish Judge told, law will reach to the tribals of Nilgiris and we will be happy, sir. Thank you, sir.
Centuries ago, in the month of June, Macaulay was here to give immortal Indian Penal Code. Likewise, we are eagerly waiting for the epitome of speech by our Honorable Chief Justice. I most respectfully welcome our Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Madras, to deliver an inaugural address.
Vanakkam and good afternoon to one and all present here. My brother Justice N. Satish Kumar, son of soil and motivator, to call me here even to attend one seminar organized by the First Department. Brother Justice N. Shishai, Portfolio Judge of Nilgiri District, Sister Anathi, Portfolio Judge of Nilgiri District, Sister V. Bhavani. She also relates to this area not as a daughter or son, but daughter-in-law. S. Raghupati, Minister of Law, Government of Tamil Nadu. K. Ramchandran, Minister of Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu. District Judge P. Morgan and Judicial Officer of the District. District Collector MP, SP, Amrit. Supreme Police Ashish Rawat. P. Chandra Bose, President of Uti Bar Association and members of Nilgiri District Bar Associations, member of legislative assemblies, all the leaders of tribal community, of which one of them was seen closely by us, the opportunity given by Justice N. Satish and Supriya Sahu, the Additional Chief Secretary for his department, inaugurating one of the hutment of Toda community, Toda tribals. President and members of Kunur, Kotagiri, Gudlur and Pandlur Bar Association all were there on this great occasion of inauguration of combined court buildings. Senior advocates, member of bar, media, print and electronic, other dignitaries of the dais to whom I could not make a special reference, ladies and gentlemen. It was my pride privilege to inaugurate a combined court building in a beautiful city, Uti of Nilgiri district. The district court, combined court building, is a great effort by brother portfolio judges Sheshai, Aniti and son of the soil, Justice Satish, who could pursue the PWD and the contractor to complete the building within time frame, and it has been done with their great efforts. I extend my sincere thanks to all of them. Why building is required, Supreme Police has explained, is not just a building, but to discharge the constitutional obligation. In the present day scenario, a common man look at the judiciary as a last hope for protection his life and the liberty, but he is afraid of one thing: delay in disposal of and dispensation of justice. It is well said that whenever litigation is taken up in the court, you never know when it is going to end. The reasons may be different and are not given to the public or the litigant. The main reason may be the shortage of the judges. If we go by the number of litigants or litigation in different courts, number of judges as compared to it or proportionate to it are very less. Burden on the judges is so much that even if they make great efforts, the dispensation may take time and delay occurs mainly for that reason, though there may be other reasons also, which includes lack of infra. If the appropriate infra is not created, is not given to the system, it would be difficult to get timely justice. Therefore, two things have to be kept in mind. One is we need to maintain the strength of the judges, and secondly, the proper infra. And the effort was that in the state of Tamil Nadu at least, all the courts should be placed in their own court buildings. The land allotted by the government, though at present around 80 courts are functioning in the rented premises. I made a request to the Law Minister, to the Chief Minister to allocate the land so as to house all the courts in their own land and with proper infra. Why I am emphasizing on the proper infra? See, I am in the court at Uti itself. Today we have inaugurated it, having 8 courtrooms. The immediate requirement, as has been given by the portfolio judge, is now 10 courtrooms. I say not 10, but it should be 15 courtrooms. Why? Because we should take care of the future need. The bar should work at one place. We cannot ask the bar members to operate in 2 court buildings. After all, it takes time. The convenience of the bar is also required to be seen, and they are the pillar for early disposal of the cases. It is their help which pursue the judicial officer to dispose the matter at the earliest. The faith of the litigants can be maintained or restored only when we expedite the disposal of the cases. Expeditious disposal is required, and it can be when the bar and the bench join hands. Litigant look on them. If there is a delay, he would not be hopeful to get anything, and it is well said again, delay cannot be accepted for dispensation of justice. And therefore, it is also said, delay is denial of justice. Therefore, we have to make efforts to create an atmosphere that the matters are taken up at the earliest and disposed of without further delay. I would urge the bar members to make maximum use of the combined court building having 8 courtrooms. Ensure that the matters, whatever pending in the court, that are disposed of at the earliest. If we go on the figures, 92 civil suits and 33 criminal cases are pending for last 20 years in this district itself. We cannot justify the delay. I mean, this is the number, and out of it, 3 civil cases are pending for last 25 years. Can we justify the delay? Answer is no. I would request the district judiciary also to see that these old matters are decided at the earliest. They should take lead and pride that no matter is pending which is having life of more than 5 years. All the matters pending in the court should be taken up at the earliest, and it can be only when bar will support. It is well said, and Sister Bani said, and other judges also said, bar and bench are 2 wheels of the chariot. They have to move together. Without their support, the litigant cannot hope for early disposal of the cases. In a recent conference at Delhi, it was of Chief Justices and Chief Ministers. The first session was taken by the Chief Justice of India. It was with the Chief Justice of different High Courts. And I am proud to say that Madras High Court was having one of the best infra at the High Court level as well as at the district level. This is all with the support of the government. The Law Minister, the Chief Minister, is supporting the judiciary in terms of the infra, in terms of the post. The new posts have been created, infra has been created. And in that inaugural session, even the Prime Minister of India has shown concern about the pendency, long pendency of the cases. See why commercial courts were constituted? Because there was a blame on the Indian judiciary about the delay. If the commercial cases are not decided in time, we cannot hope for the investment, and that too foreign investment. The biggest blame on the judiciary was delay, and therefore Commercial Court Act was brought in 2015. The effort is to decide the matter at the earliest. And the Prime Minister has shown concern not only about the delay, but even the infra. 60% of the amount is contributed by the Government of India. Rather, 40% is contributed by the Government of India and 60% is given by the state government for any new court building. The Prime Minister very emphatically So as the Law Minister Rijuji in that conference has emphasized, had taken stock of all pending matters where the amount has to be advanced by the government. Law Minister was there as a nominee of the Chief Minister in that conference, and the Chief Justice of India, while addressing Madras High Court, has said as much has been done, because just prior to the conference, a huge land was given to the Madras High Court to create City Civil Court, construct 116 court buildings, which is to take care of the premises of the High Court, where presently city civil courts are also functional. It is with the congestion, therefore, a request was made by the High Court that we should be allotted additional 4 acres of land adjacent to 3 acres of the land earlier allotted. The land was very, very valuable because it is heart of the city and close to the High Court. But with the effort of the Law Minister, persuasion of the building committee, and the gesture soon by the Chief Minister, the land was allotted, and the possession was given to the High Court through the Chief Justice of India on a meeting on the inauguration. So I thank the state government also to make all efforts. They are taking up the proposals given by the High Court at the earliest. All the proposals they are trying to clear. I'm thankful especially to the Law Minister, and here the Forest Minister is also present. He is coming from this area, I hope. Yes. So his presence is also to be recorded, because we may have certain issues with Forest Department also, though I will appreciate that forest has been well maintained in Nilgiri district. Nilgiri, the Blue Hills. Somebody was telling me, if we go to Himalaya and we go in the past history, it is having resemblance, though now I find it to be a green hill completely covered by the grassland and the plants, beautifully maintained by the people, but now the onus on us also to maintain this beautiful area, the forest. Judiciary is making its efforts, but it has to be joint effort. The public is required to contribute. The administration and the judiciary alone cannot do much unless there is a support of the public to maintain the hilly area, to maintain the vegetation and greenery. And therefore a conference was held on 30th to see that this area is beautifully maintained. I extend thanks to Justice Satish to refer to the contribution of the judiciary to bring medical college in this beautiful city of Uti. The medical college should not only cater the medical facilities but advance the studies. It's a beautiful area, and that is, if provided with adequate facility of medical studies, then we should request the bar members also that they should also take pride of this beautiful building today inaugurated. It should be made use to the maximum. At the last, I would urge the young members of the bar. Recently, I was in Tripur. The contribution of the bar, the senior lawyers are there, but we have to look on the young lawyers also. At times, young lawyers contribute a lot. They are having or fulfilled with a new energy. What is required to be done and what is lacking, that after completion of work, they will go back to chamber or to their home. Whereas what is required, if you have completed your work, sit in a court where trial is going on or arguments are going on. See how the trial is conducted by the seniors. This is the best learning process. And also to hear the arguments, how the issue is raised, how the arguments are supported, how the judgments are referred. This can be the best time to utilize, and I would say from my side, when I joined the bar, it was a senior advocate working mainly in labor and industrial laws. He was elevated soon after my joining the bar. It was almost 2 years. I was not having sufficient work, but decided to contribute in terms of my own knowledge. I was reading the books in the office and at the same time attending the court for the whole day. Though I will not having the briefs so as to contribute for the whole day, but listening the seniors, taking note of the reaction of the judges, psychology of the judges, what is advocacy is also to learn the psychology of judges, how you have to react. If you know the psychology of the judge, you would be in a position to meet with any issue or any question raised by the judicial officer. That can be the best way. And with that effort, I remained successful whenever new briefs came to me, having advantage of hearing the senior advocates in the court, knowing about the law which has been thrown by them. I was in a position to accept the brief, having some background, legal background therein. So my request to the young lawyers to devote full time. I mean, even if your work is over, you remain in court, hear the senior advocates, see how the trial is conducted, how the cross-examination is made. This is otherwise to be taken as a practical, but if you will experience the cross-examination, the argument by the seniors, it would be great learning. Therefore, you need to contribute that way. The benefit would be having energy. You would be becoming instrument to get expeditious disposal of the cases, which is again a need of the day. Other day in Tirupur district, I referred to one of the speech of Justice Ravindran when he was talking about the mediation. What is the need of mediation? The greatest difficulty in the judicial system is the delay again. I am repeating again and again. The alternate mechanism is required, and that was one of the mediation. Though I mean, this was not endorsed by the advocates because it takes away their brief. That is what the psychology is. Though he had referred to the mediation and expeditious disposal of cases to be a joint effort so that faith in the judiciary is maintained. Otherwise, what he referred to, though I would not quote exactly, use of muscle power for eviction of the houses, that was referred by Justice Ravindran because there was no hope to get a pronouncement in favor or against within time frame. Therefore, I would be taking the bar members, the litigants here, to pursue them, to ask them, so as the judicial officer to see that whenever interest is created, it should be used to the maximum. We should try to expedite the disposal. At the last, I would be referring to this area, OT. I was given out that Indian Penal Code was drafted here only. Lord Macaulay, he had drafted the Indian Penal Code in Uti Club, Uti itself. He was there for 3 months. See the great contribution of Uti. Indian Penal Code was drafted here only. That should be taken as a pride. A great achievement, a great contribution of the city of Uti in terms of legal jurisprudence, Indian Penal Code. So well drafted that hardly few amendments have been brought, though. The Indian Penal Code, what exists in the Britain, is almost similar to what we have, but with modification it was drafted, and 3 months he stationed at Uti. Only the reason is the environment, the climate, and beautiful area. So I extend my sincere thanks to the judiciary, to my brother and sister judges, the entire judiciary of Nilgiri district, the bar members of Uti, Kunur, Kotagiri, Gudlur and Mandlur. I'm sorry, I'm not very much conversant with the area, being a new person coming from Rajasthan. But Rajasthan has some semblance or some relation with Uti also. I'm staying in the guest house, state guest house, and at the building itself, brother Satish informed that it was originally a Jodhpur house. Jodhpur is an area in Rajasthan, and the king of that area must have constructed this building, which was later on purchased by the state of Tamil Nadu. So some relation of Rajasthan with Utis, and therefore I am here between you all. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my lord. His lordship's speech is the crown for the Blue Hills Nilgiris. Thank you, my lord, for keen observation of pendency of cases in this district. On behalf of District Judiciary's Nilgiris, we will assure that we will dispose those cases at the earliest. This is not the end. It is not the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. I welcome Honorable Sessions Judge Thiru Narayanan Udagamandalam to deliver a vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I deem it as a great privilege and honor to express my vote of thanks in this memorable occasion. Let me first start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. My heart is filled with lots of gratitude and respect for the Chief Justice of our High Court of Madras, Honorable Thiru Justice Munishwarnath Bhandari. When virtual mode is the order of the day now, our Honorable Chief Justice, despite all his busy schedule, endeavored to make his physical presence with Madam Lordships for inaugurating the newly constructed combined court buildings and subsidiary buildings and created a milestone in the epic of the Nilgiris District Judiciary. Our Lordship is committed to the pledge that no court in any district should function in rented building, and the inauguration of this new court building is towards that commitment. On behalf of the Nilgiris District Judiciary, we extend our sincere thanks to the Honorable Chief Justice for gracing this function and delivering a mind-blowing inaugural address. I have immense pleasure in expressing my sincere gratitude to our son of soil, Honorable Thiru Justice N. Satish Kumar, Judge Madras High Court. The recent landmark judgments of our Lordship always carries his love and passion towards this district, and this combined court buildings is also one of the dream child of our Lordship for this district, which has now come true. Whenever our Lordship visits his native district, he devoted his time mostly in monitoring the construction activities of this building than his personal commitments. But for the efforts of our Lordship, this dream would not have come into reality. On behalf of the Nilgiris District Judiciary, we sincerely thank our Lordship for making his gracious presence with Madam Lordships and delivering the keynote address. Now it's a time to express our gratitude to Honorable Lordship Thiru Justice N. Seshashayi, Judge Madras High Court, and Senior Portfolio Judge for the Nilgiris District. The May vacation may be a real vacation for everybody, but not for our Lordships. During the vacation month, we witnessed our Lordship devoting all his leisure time in holding marathon meetings with the heads of all the departments and coordinated their work with the kind support of our Lordships and Satish Kumar to complete the construction on time. We can see the personal touch of our Lordship everywhere in this building, and every brick will speak about the involvement of our Lordships. On behalf of the Nilgiris District Judiciary, we sincerely thank our Honorable Lordship for marking his presence and gracing this function and delivering the keynote address. Our next thanks goes to the daughter-in-law of soil, Honorable Srimati Justice Bhavani Subbarayan, for her Lordship's remarkable presence in this august function. Whenever our Lordship happens to meet the judicial officers and bar members of this district, Madam was very curious and happy to know the progress of this building. On behalf of the district judiciary, we sincerely express our gratitude to our Lordship for attending this function and addressing the audience. We express our sincere gratitude to Honorable Lordship, Srimati Justice S. Anandi, Portfolio Judge for the Nilgiris District. From the time our Lordship have assumed portfolio for the Nilgiris District, Madam had shown keen interest in getting updates on each stage of this building. Our Lordship has taken much pains to come from Madurai to mark her presence, and it shows our Lordship's commitment towards this district. On behalf of the Nilgiris District Judiciary, we sincerely thank our Honorable Lordship for gracing this august function and delivering the special address. On behalf of the Nilgiris District Judiciary, we extend our gratitude to Thru S. Raghupati, Honorable Minister for Law, Courts, Prison and Prevention of Corruption, Government of Tamil Nadu, for marking his presence in this function and delivering his special address. When the requirement for additional funds for this building was placed to the government, the Honorable Minister responded immediately and allotted the required fund, without which this dream project would not have come into reality on time. We express our sincere thanks to you, sir. On behalf of the Nilgiris District Judiciary, we extend our gratitude to Thru K. Ramachandran, Honorable Minister for Forest, Government of Tamil Nadu, for making his presence to grace this function and delivering his special address. When our demand for road to the newly constructed court building requires the approval of the government or the Forest Department, the Honorable Minister readily extended his assistance and he did it. We remember your support and we express our sincere thanks to you, sir. I sincerely thank our respected Principal District Judge cum Chief Judicial Magistrate, Nilgiris District, Dr. P. Murugan, for his tireless efforts in coordinating the services of all the government departments to give final touch to this building and for delivering his welcome address. I convey my gratitude to the respected District Collector for Nilgiris, Sri S.P. Amrit IAS, for his gracious presence. Identifying land to the satisfaction of the judiciary is a great task, and you balanced it well, sir. Your commendable coordination with the district judiciary made this function to the fullest satisfaction of all. On behalf of our district judiciary, I extend my sincere thanks to you. Now my gratitude goes to respected Thru Ashish Rawat, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Nilgiris District. Sir, whenever we require, we have done great bandobast arrangements to the perfection. On behalf of our district judiciary, I extend my sincere thanks to you and for your team for the kind cooperation. I convey my sincere thanks to respected Madam Chief Justice and Madam Justice N. Satish Kumar for glorifying this function. The wonderful mementos were the selection of our Madam Justice Satish Kumar, and our special thanks to you, Madam. I sincerely thank Mr. Jaishankar, Personal Secretary to the Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Madras, for accompanying our Lordship and his participation in this function. We thank you, sir. On behalf of our district judiciary, we extend our sincere thanks to the Member of Legislative Assembly, Udagamandalam and Gudalur constituency for having participated in this function. Thank you, sir. I convey my thanks to Thru A. Government Executive Engineer, PWD, Building Division, and Thru Saravana Kumar, Contractor, for this building. We know the pains taken by you in this unprecedented rain and weather condition to complete this building up to this extent. Thank you, sir. On behalf of the District Judiciary, I express my sincere gratitude to the respected President, Secretary and Office Bearers of the Nilgiris District Bar Association for your wholehearted support and joining hands with us in all stages of this function. You shared much of our responsibilities and extended your fullest cooperation in making the function a grand success. We sincerely thank each and every one of you. I express my sincere thanks to the President, Secretary and Office Bearers of the Bar Associations of Kunnur, Kotagiri and Gudalur who are present here for joining hands with the parent bar and making the function a grand success. I express my sincere thanks to all the advocates of the Nilgiris District, learned senior councils, standing councils for the government pleaders, public prosecutors and women lawyers who travel from faraway places and making their presence to grace this function. I convey my gratitude to the Joint Director of Horticulture Department for providing wonderful natural flowers for decoration, which is one of the highlights of this stage. We thank you, sir. I extend my sincere thanks to the Project Director, HADP, for providing this building for the convenient conducting of this program. On behalf of the Nilgiris District Judiciary, I sincerely convey my thanks to the heads of Public Works Department, TNEB, Municipal Corporation, and all the government departments for their support and service for this function. I convey my thanks to Mr. Sachin Bhosle, IFS, District Forest Officer, and Srimati Kirti Priyadarshini, District Revenue Officer, for your presence here. Thank you, Madam. On behalf of our District Judiciary, we extend our sincere thanks to the staffs of our District Judiciary. Under the guidance of our respected District Judge cum Chief Judicial Magistrate, we have formed many committees to organize every aspect of this function. And my dear staffs, you did it with all perfection and involvement. Without your support and service, this function would not have been this grand success. I sincerely thank each one of you. I convey my gratitude to all the judicial officers of the Nilgiris district for their contribution and involvement in making this function a grand success. I thank each and every one of you. At this stage, I remember the service of the then district judges / Chief Judicial Magistrate through Vadamalai and through Sanjay Baba in the formation of this building. I thank Srimati Vanitha, District Chief cum Judicial Magistrate Kotagiri, and Advocate Mr. Puneet for their excellent comparing of this function. I convey my sincere thanks to the print and media persons who have come here for giving a wide coverage of this program. Without you, our dispensation of justice would not reach the knowledge of the public. We thank you, sir. Last but not least, on behalf of our District Judiciary, I thank the various non-government organizations, tribal associations, and public who have assembled here to grace this function. Your participation is valuable to us. I convey my thanks to all the tribal associations for being present and honoring the dignitaries and the wonderful musical welcome to our Honorable Chief Justice. I thank one and all, and I thank the respected District Judge and Chief Judicial Magistrate for extending me this opportunity to express my vote of thanks in the presence of all the dignitaries. Thank you.